Well, I thought I'd come on because that's some bad news. uh, but you guys never thought you'd see a demon cry, huh? Well, it's bad. A part of Dark Forces died today, everybody. God, it sucks. There's a guy called me 30 times a day. Now I'm never gonna hear from him again. So, for those of you that don't know, Bill passed away today. God, I really didn't see this coming. I thought he was actually doing better, but I don't know, maybe his poor heart. This guy, I just see it firsthand because he suffered quite a bit. And I probably saw it better than anybody. And it was, it was tough because there's nothing I could do, really. But, I'm used to being him a big part of my life now, so, it's just terrible. And, I know I want to just say this to his brother because, I know his brother, had issues with me and everything else. But the two people that I know are hurting the most right now are myself and his brother. I guarantee you that. So, Eric Wilkinson's just come in. Let me see if he wants to join. Okay. Yeah, I know Eric was really upset. Just, I'm in a huge day. Hey, man.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
How you holding up?
Bad because,
Yeah,
this
it's
guy
a
was
tough.
a huge
It,
part of my life. He was a great character.
I know it's tough because, and I just did a little post on our page. No one loved movies the way this guy loved movies. Just no one. And I his he. We were talking about this earlier. He dedicated his life to physical media and trying to find movies that many people would never have released, and giving them beautiful scans and preserving them. Like just there's something about what he did that inspires me and will continue to inspire me. And every time if a movie comes along that I'm thinking, well, I don't know how many it'll sell. If a movie comes along that I love, and I'm at a loss for words. Like if a movie comes along that regardless of how it's going to sell, but if I truly love it, and if it's something rare that needs to be preserved, I'm going to remember Bill and know to put it out. You know what I mean? It just he inspired me that way, and he made me laugh. I loved how I think before I got to know him, I used to read his posts on Blu-ray.com and how he talked to the customers. And I know sometimes, if you insulted him a little bit, you would push back. I love that about him. I loved it.
Yeah, it's terrible, man, because,
And I know, I know
nobody's
you were.
gone more than me, especially lately. And I'm gonna put the volume up on this. So, it's
I
just,
know you were close with him. Uh, I'm gonna miss talking to him. I probably we didn't talk as much when he got sicker, but I know I love that when you were with him, you would put me on the phone with him, and we'd have great conversations. And you know, I just the one thing that needs to be remembered, regardless if you're watching this or listening to this, the one thing that needs to be remembered is the man loved physical media. He loved preserving films. He loved putting this stuff out. And whether you loved him or if he rubbed you the wrong way, you know, you got to give him the respect for that.
And he loved
You
doing
have to.
live feeds too. It's just,
Yeah. I mean, he's great. And I know, you know, I had asked you, you told me like the one thing I got a sense that he got a kick out of the live feeds you would do with him with the Banana Man suit and all the hype. And if he had a movie coming out, you just, you know, you helped hype it up with him and everything. And I know he enjoyed I know he enjoyed your company and your friendship.
yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it's a huge loss for me because, you know, I just, you know, when somebody, you know, there were times when, like, you know, and it kills me because this morning he was calling me around 7 a.m. and I didn't pick it up because I was, you know, I was sleeping and, like, you know, but I wish I had, because even though, thank God I talked to him last night, but I was supposed to see him today, and it just, I mean, you know, when you get you know, somebody that's in your life that much and he's such a character, like, of course I got attached to him, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I'm so sorry, man.
yeah.
I mean, I do, uh, I logged on to the Facebook and I saw other people posting it. And at first I didn't believe it. I thought it was another stunt you
Yeah.
guys were doing. And then I saw other posts. I'm like, oh shit, this is for real.
Yeah, and I was gonna come on earlier, but I was just too upset, and I didn't, you know, I didn't know what to say, but I figured, you know, that I should come on and at least, you know, because, you know, I just want people to know that, you know,
Yeah.
he was a huge part of my life, and he's gone.
I'm sorry, man.
So yeah, it just sucks. Right at the holidays too, they couldn't.
Were you, were you guys, you know, I know, you know, lately he's hasn't been obviously as active or as involved, but were you guys working on anything or was he working on anything?
I mean,
For
yeah, you
Code?
know, he was helping me with this 4K releases, and you know, he's always a big help, even though, you know, because of his condition, obviously, I was trying to, now I was trying to help him as much as I can, obviously, with the health and everything. But man,
Did he, did, out of curiosity, did he, when you were, especially because I know the Dark Force, you know, picked its release slate increased, and I know Code Red wasn't as active more recently. Was he helping you at all with your releases?
oh
Was he
yeah,
helping you
yeah,
pick
he was,
titles and
of
stuff?
course, yeah, he was. I mean, there wouldn't be a Dark Force if it wasn't for him. So, you know, and ultimately, you know, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be a Dark Force if it wasn't for him. So, you know, and the whole thing with the character, just
Yeah,
it's
I
a
love
huge
Banana Man.
loss. Believe me, it's a big loss. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss him. It's not the. It won't be the same without him.
No,
And I
like,
wish, you know, I'm happy I got to know him. I wish I knew him better, but you ask anybody that I've ever spoke to anyone about him, I always gave him credit for being a champion for physical media and rare cult films. I would never take that. You know, that's the one thing. Uh, his contribution to what we do, absolutely. If there was a Hall of Fame for
oh,
cult collectors labels or physical media, he would be in it. He
yeah,
would be in it. You know,
definitely
and
not going to be. I mean, never, you know, it's not going to be the same without
well, we're gonna have to preserve Walter, make sure nothing happens to him, and he's gonna, you know, this Scorpion releasing. He's going to keep that one. We got to keep him alive and that alive.
Walt didn't really like me, and but it wasn't like it wasn't anything personal, man. It's just it was I had the relationship with Bill, and it
I
wasn't,
am.
it
Well,
was
sometimes.
it was a strange thing anyway. Even there, but I don't even want to, I don't want to say anything bad about anybody. It's just
No, I know, but sometimes the road to mending fences is common ground, and if there's any common ground between you and Walter, it's Bill, because I know
yeah.
you both loved him,
Well,
and
nobody's hurting more than me and him right now. I got to steward with that.
I'm so sorry, man.
Well,
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
yeah, no,
That's why when I saw you come on, I thought I'd
no, it's cool.
pop on and come on with you, because I know it's a tough thing to get up in front of a camera and share your feelings, and I know I joke about you being like the tough guy persona, but at the
I
same
ain't that tough,
time
believe
you
me.
loved
Everybody knows that. I ain't that
you
tough.
loved Bill. I know
I
you
ain't
loved him.
crazy, but I ain't that tough. So,
And I know you did a lot. You did a lot for him, and I know you cared about him. I
well,
know you did.
I was trying to give him a better life, and it was just so hard because, his health, it was just, I tried to put him in I got a luxury place for him out here for a year, and it was, hoping that, but his health just went so down, and I tried to, help him with that and tell him that, he needed to exercise, but gosh,
I mean,
you know,
you did everything you could. I don't want you
this is
to beat yourself up
no,
about it. You
but
did everything you could.
I just didn't see this coming. I thought he was doing a little better actually, because it seemed like he'd gotten stronger, and this really blindsided me, and it's like, you know,
Well, I'm just so sorry.
I mean,
I don't know what
guy,
else
the
to
biggest
say.
character, in this business. It's just terrible. Like, and I already miss him, man.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm gonna let you talk to your
Yeah,
fans and let you maybe answer some of those questions. I just wanted to pop
it's
on
not even.
and let you know, man, that I'm here for you.
Yeah.
I love you, and you know that if you're feeling down over this, you need to talk. You can call me anytime. I'm here for you.
Thanks, Eric. I appreciate it.
All right, brother.
Take care, man.
All right, man.
Bye bye.
Talk to you.
Yeah. So let's see. Yeah. I don't know what to say. I just wanted to say something because, this is to me a huge loss. To the business, to me personally, to Dark Force. To the cult video business. And he's such a character, and like, I got attached to this man. I really did. He called me like 1,000 times a day. Sometimes would drive me nuts, but now I'd kill to be able to have him call. Ah, God, it's bad. There's nothing good about it. So, um, yeah, I'm in a state of shock. So, but I was, like I said, I was going to come on earlier because I'm sure there's a lot of people who are asleep right now or whatever. But I found out in the afternoon, was literally floored. I'm in a huge state of shock, and just something that, like, that you don't just get over. You know, I just, and now, every little thing, I wish I was supposed to see him today. I was actually supposed to be there, and I was going to see him today. I just, I got up a little later than I should have. I was tired, I missed his call this morning, which kills me because he didn't answer when I called back. And then, then I was trying to reach him as I was going to go in there. And then this call comes in the afternoon, and man, I mean, you know, I'm annihilated. So, but anyway, Yeah, I appreciate all you guys and saying what you're saying because I know everybody. He was a character, and but at the end of the day, he did a lot for obviously the business, and he was a great character, and everybody, I know everybody was entertained by him, man. I just wish he had a better life. It just kills me that, like, because I had to see him suffer. Poor guy. God, I don't know why he would, you know, why anybody would have him suffer like that. It's just, I can't. And people wonder why, I'm an advocate of the dark side because, why do you have to suffer like that? What did he do to deserve that, people say, he was a character and all, but I mean, he was pretty cool considering what he had to put up with. Trust me, because I wouldn't have been. I wouldn't have been that cool if I had to deal with what he had to deal. So he was much stronger than me. I mean, in another sense, he was a lot stronger. So, you know, yeah, I mean, I ain't that tough, really. I'm not. I mean, it's kind of stuff, I was fearing this day for a long time. I had nightmares about this day and was in fear of it for a long, long time. And, every time they would call about him, I was scared because I was worried, they were going to say, that, I was just always worried every time they called. Man, I just saw him a couple of days ago. We did that live feed, and I thought he was getting better, and they said he was better. So I don't know, man. I'm just totally devastated, completely devastated. Um, and at the end of the day, I mean, I genuinely, had a like, was attached to this guy. So, and yeah, it really is terrible, man. It's a huge, huge loss for me and everything, and the business and everything else. Just, he's, God. So I gotta live with this pain now. Right for the holidays, of course. It's always perfect timing. Wish I could have seen him today, man. God, I was gonna go yesterday, but they transferred him to this place, man, that was far out. And once I heard about it, I wasn't too happy that he was out there because it was hard for me to get to it. But I was definitely gonna go today, and I wish I had went yesterday, just because what I mean, any more time I could have had. God, it sucks. At least, I was bringing him whatever he wanted towards these last times I saw him, and thank God I saw him when I did. But God, it doesn't help with the pain, man, because yeah, it just, I'm too used to him being around, so that's the problem. So because of that, it's going to be really tough, it's going to be really tough. So anyway, appreciate Eric Wilkinson coming on, man. I mean, I've talked to some people that are pretty devastated in the business. Frank Tarzi and some of the people that know him, and everybody's everybody's obviously upset, but nobody's more upset than me, and I'm sure his poor brother, because So yeah, it's not going to be an easy one because he was a big part of. I feel like a big part of Dark Force, obviously, and so it's it's a crushing blow to everything. Not to mention the fact that I'm gonna miss this guy every minute now. So God, I wish it was a bad dream. Really do. Really wish it was a dream because I had bad dreams about this. Anyway, so yeah, you know, so bad. Ah. He's so funny, this guy. And it's amazing because you got to give him credit, man, for what he had to deal with. He kept pretty good spirits, and if he ever had any kind of, if he ever had any kind of whatever um, disposition, I mean, if anybody deserved to have one, it was him. And have to deal with the stuff he deal with. I mean, come on. Like I said, I wouldn't deal with it near as well. So anyway, thanks, David, from the Dark Force fan club. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's horrible, man. I really wanted this. I was really hoping things were on the mend for him. So I didn't. I didn't know. This is really a shock. I mean, it's a real shock because this is the last thing I expected to find out today. Yeah, and of all things, I ain't good with handling something like this. So, I just, God, I wish I could just talk to him. He loved it when I came in, and he was begging for me to come in a lot. And I tried to go in as much as I can. Oh, God, wish I saw him more. I should have made the effort to even see him more because he knew literally, I mean, God almighty. I'm going to have a lot of guilt over this. Oh, God. This poor guy was in so much suffering. I mean, you guys have no idea how this poor guy suffered. God, fair. Yeah, so it's terrible. Uh, yeah, you know, wow. Yeah, I appreciate all you guys. Why? Why did it have to happen now? He should have been around longer. I appreciate all you guys coming on. Man, wish you could have seen this. God, it's terrible. And I just sit through, family members that suffered. I had a mother that almost reminded me because she died of cancer, and it was terrible because she actually her arms got like bills in the end, and it was devastating. And to see that kind of suffering, it ain't easy, especially if it's somebody you're attached to, man. It's nothing. Oh man, yeah. So, gosh, this poor guy. Yeah, and I don't know what to say except that um, yeah, it's true. Or it says no more pain, but I mean that's true. He was in a lot of pain, man, every day. God, and it was tough seeing that. But oh man, it's just when you get attached to somebody because they're there and they're such a big part of like my life for the last 10 years, and then to have this happen and now this. I mean, in a way, I just wish I saw more. Even though I was there quite a bit, I wish it was even more. But I had no clue this was going to happen. So, yeah, he put up with a lot, man. He did. It was painful to see it. In fact, it was wearing on me just having to see what he had to go through. It was wearing on me greatly. I don't know if people, if any of you guys had to experience anything like that. I mean, I've really got a first hand with this now with him and my mother, but it's like, this is really bad because, you know, um, it's just, like I said, I've grown to become real attached to him. And, you know, I'm just hugely attached to this guy. Look, there's nothing more I can say. So, um, it's a funny story how we met. I'll tell you about it like another time because it's kind of involved. It's kind of a crazy. It's not crazy, but it's kind of an involved story. But when I'm not as upset, well, we can talk more. And it's just, I mean, I got this is this. This is a lot of pain for me to deal with. It really is because you know, he's one of the people that's, believe it or not, was like the most in my life because of the fact that, I talk to him so often and see him, as often as I do. And pretty much every day, I would at least talk to him. And many days I would even see him. And it's like to have him gone, it's just, you know, and he was such a great character that I got attached to him because of that. So, I mean, you know, it's a huge loss. And yeah, I appreciate because it's a giant amount of pain, you know. Yeah, me and his brother, because that was his only real family, man. Me and his brother. It's a shame his brother was not in good shape either. It's a shame that they were, one in Seattle and one here, so made it, difficult because Bill liked to be out here, but at the same time, would have been nice if his brother was here too, so that, and I even offered, I mean, again, I would have paid for Walt to be out here if he wanted to live out here. I would have arranged it just to be with him. And we could all, but I had brought it up to Bill several times. So, but, oh man, it's just, it's awful, now, I'm still in a state of shock. So, part of me wanting to come on here was to just try to ease the pain of, of the reality, that I now have to deal with. So, and I figured, because I had heard that it had gotten out on the internet, so I figured, I need to come on and, and it's not about any theatrics now or, any characters. It's just, it's about the sad reality. So, um, the pain that I'm gonna have to endure, because this ain't gonna be easy for me to get over. There's not too many people I can say that about, but, him for sure, for the obvious reasons. So, it's not gonna be easy to get over this at all. So, I mean, I feel like a part of me is dead along with it, because I mean, he loved doing these live feeds. I mean, I know people sometimes question when he was in bad shape and all, but believe it or not, he loved to do them. He did because he didn't have much enjoyment in life. So that was a huge, that was a huge enjoyment for him, believe it or not. Because I wouldn't, I might be the demon or whatever, but I'm not. I mean, I would have never done that if he didn't, if it wasn't something that I knew he liked, because I know it's a private thing when you're not, whenever, whatever the shape. But, he would encourage me. He loved doing it. So what am I, I mean, I wanted to, anything I could do to make him happy, I tried, man. I tried, believe me. One thing I tried to do, and I wish I could have done more, but like it was going on huge. I like climbing Mount Everest with ice picks because the health thing just got way out of hand. So yeah, yeah, and he was funny, and God, and I loved like the way he talked was so funny. I mean, even when he was pissed off and ranting about somebody, he was just hilarious, man. There's never going to be another character like him in my life. Yeah, Yeah, of course, and that's what made these live feeds infamous was him. Wasn't me. I mean, I know I'm a character too, but he was. I mean, so yeah, it was just devastated. I mean, absolutely devastated. Now, I got to face the wonderful holidays, without him, which really is terrible. I mean, it was terrible seeing what he had to, endure with, especially now. So that was just as hard. But you know, I don't know. I had this thing in my head that we were going to make him better. I really thought maybe we could, or at least a chance of making him a little better, because it seemed like he was improving when for a minute he got real bad, and then he was starting to improve, and they were even saying, he was improving. Man, it's so bad. Yeah, it's I feel like it is a huge weight, that's been put on me, and it's just tremendous amount of, grief is always, it's the worst. I mean, I can't, I mean, I'm in shock that it's almost surreal. Because, when you don't understand, like he called me an abnormal amount of times every day, which I don't, I was used to by this point. So, you know what I mean? I'm not faulting him because I guess I was, a big thing in his life and his state. So, you get used to that person. And I obviously cared about him, because if I didn't, you know, it would be obvious. But and now when you have that gone, it's. I mean, I feel bad for anybody that has to deal with losses like this because there's nothing worse. I mean, it's very very bad. Um, I just wish I could see him and talk to him right now. It's amazing. I mean, he should be on this live feed. God, why does this have to happen now? It just kills me. All the damn things. I didn't have that good of a week, man. It's been tough. I'm sorry for all you guys with the 4K. It take a little longer because there was some issues, and there's been other issues around here, not with Dark Force, but with some other people I know, and it's I know a lot of people aren't doing too good right now, and you know, to have this happen right now, I mean, this is just yeah, this is surreal to me, It's the last thing I needed to be honest with you. So, um, yeah, uh, it's nothing, it is what it is, man. You gotta try to deal with the pain and, the nights. I mean, everything's bad about this, because I'm so used to him every day and to not have that gone, is, is, is beyond terrible. So, um, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. I mean, he was a big part of like, which I am. I mean, we try to do entertainment with this to give it a different take and all, but he was a huge part of that. I mean, you know what I mean? So it's not going to be the same without him. I'll tell you that. God, 10 years, now it's terrible. So, oh man, yeah, seeing everybody that is, came on this, and it's late too, so I'm appreciative of everyone, and he would appreciate it. Just wish you could see it, He called me this morning. I talked to him late last night, and everything's. I mean, his voice sounded a little strained, though. I noticed. But I thought he was doing okay. That's what they told me. I don't know. I'm not the one taking care of him. So I can only go by, and he had seemed stronger. I mean, we did that the last live feed from this place that they had just moved him out of. You know, I propped him up on the bed. And, God, I wish I was spent even more time with him. God, thank God I saw him as much as I did, but now I wish I saw him more. God, it sucks. I should have realized that, you know, this could have happened. I mean, I just didn't think it would have. I just didn't think so. So otherwise, I would have definitely spent more time. Obviously, if I had known that, you know, there could have been even a chance of this happening. Anyway, so that's about it. I mean, this is a little accent. This is about the worst news that, you know, I thought I could ever be bringing. And like I said, I had nightmares about this day. So, you know, even the demon is tormented, folks. And yeah, you know, but yeah, I mean, you know, I appreciate you guys, and you know, I know you guys appreciated him, and he was a great character, and you know what? I mean, he had a lot he had to put up with, man, and he actually, considering that, you know, when you consider what he had to put up with, his personality wasn't that bad. So, just trust me, I can't even imagine how I'd be, so I'm sure it wouldn't be good. I mean, but anyway, yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. I mean, you know, I'm gonna be having you know, it's going to be a lot of suffering. Naturally, you know, there's no way around that. But you know, I'll keep you guys posted. Maybe, you know, when I'm not as upset, we can do another one and talk more about it. But right now, you know, I just felt like I should say something. You know, but I'm pretty devastated. So it's hard for me to even, you know, stay focused on anything right now because you know, my mind is in a, you know, is in a bad place, you know, as I'm sure you guys can imagine. Um, yeah, the farmer. Oh God. Yeah, man, oh man, can't believe it. Like I said, I really wish this was a bad dream. I really do. I really, really wish it was. So, um, I'll let you guys, you know, go. And like I said, um, you know, hopefully you can all like, you know, say a little prayer, whatever you say for Bill. You know, I pray. You know, I just hope he's in a better place. He'll deserve that. He really didn't. You know, and I hear the people. You know, a lot of things like that is what, you know, actually ended up turning me to, you know, against certain things, you know, and towards the darker side because, you know, I just can't make sense of stuff like this. You know, I just can't. So it doesn't make sense to me. This poor guy. His fucking existence sucks. Really does. So I don't know. But yeah, I mean it's bullshit, you know, and that's why I've had a lot of issues myself, you know, because of that. Because I don't like the way shit is really. Never did. Used to always argue with my mother about it, you know, that didn't make sense to me, you know, it just doesn't. You know, you know, you're supposed to be put here to have some semblance of for what? I mean, what to break down and suffer and die? I mean, what? That just doesn't make sense to me. So, you know, I mean, I delve into it more at another time, but you know, at least, you know, I get to say what I say about it, and, you know, hopefully you guys understand, but, we'll try to, you know, carry the torch, but man, it ain't gonna be easy, because, you know, Dark Force was, you know, it was definitely me and Bill. There's no question about it. So, um, anyway, I bid you guys. I know a friend that's having some problems tonight. He may have to go to the hospital. So it's like one thing after the next. But yeah, this is probably the biggest day, you know, that I have feared. You know, it's probably the worst thing that could have happened to me right now. And you know, something that I feared for a very long time, but didn't actually think it was going to happen anytime soon. Maybe I, you know, made a mistake in thinking that, obviously. But anyway, um, thanks everybody. You know, I'll keep you posted. It's a sad, sad day. You know, hopefully, you know, you know, his memory will live on, and you know, and we'll do whatever we can to keep it up. I just, you know, I'm definitely, you know, missing a big, big part of, you know, myself with him being gone. So I just hope, you know, I hope I can do it. So anyway, thanks all you guys. Thanks, Phil, everybody that's come in. I know it's horrible. Um, and I'll keep you guys posted. So you all have a good night, man. And you know, I hope you all have fond memories of him, and you know, because he always loved like entertaining you guys. I can tell you that. So anyway, good night, everybody. We'll talk soon. I'll keep you posted on everything.